Hey, how you doing? This is Sam Connell. I'm one of the directors of the Foothill College Summer Anthropology Program. I'm a professor of anthropology at Foothill College, and our summer program is going to be going from June 26th to July 23rd. Students will get picked up in Dublin on June 26th. So this short video slash PowerPoint is just going to give you all the highlights of the program so you can get a little bit more details. If you got any questions, though, you can call, email me, or any of the other directors. We got a Facebook page, websites, etc. There's a lot out there, information on it. There's also the application on the website for Foothill Anthropology. But this is just a quick visual aid to show you what's going on. So here we are, the directors of the program. This is a shot taken in the pub last summer. I'm on the left. That's me. My name's Sam Connell. Catherine Maurer in the back. Chad Gifford. Or Catherine Maurer, she's another professor at Foothill. Chad Gifford's at Columbia. Sitting in the brown shirt there is Neil Brady. Neil is the Irish archaeologist we're working with, and who's been out in this area, working in this area for over a decade. And then you have Siobhan Boyd and Ana Gonzalez, who are also helping direct the excavations and do the laboratory work. We have other senior staff and project directors also, Irish and international, who help us out on this large project. So what are you going to be doing when you get off the bus in Ireland? Last year we had 40 students of all types of experience, some who've never taken an anthropology class, others who know that this is what they want to do with their lives. But it doesn't matter. Any of you and all of you are invited. So what happens when you get off the bus after we take you out to the little village of Ballintober? Well, you'll be excavating inside of a castle, as you see here. We lay out, well, I'll show you some pictures in a second. You live in a community. Here, playing a little soccer game with some of the kids. You're going to visit important sites that are local. This is an old church, an abandoned church, medieval, in which is comparatively similar to the area that we're working. So we took the students out to check it out. We'll also be going to the National Museum in Dublin during one of the weekends, and here are the famous bog bodies and all that Irish gold. In addition, we'll be spending time at a cultural heritage center. This is a one-day experience, 1.5-day experience in which you kind of experience the living history of the times, so you can get an idea of what it would have been like to live during those times. And this is an example of what's at that facility. A little background history. If you see the map on the right-hand side, this is where the research is being conducted. The arrow is pointing to it in Western Ireland. This is an area where the O'Connor clan, who were the last high kings of Ireland in the mid to late 1100s during the 12th century, were in charge. And in around 1169, the Anglo-Normans, oh, just to show you, this is their crest. So it's an arm with a sword sticking out. This is the O'Connor crest. So around 1169, the English, in the form of Anglo-Normans, enter in. Actually, were invited in by one of the competing high kings, and they conquer all of Ireland, and they do that and stay there for about 800 years until pretty recently, when a lot of Ireland got its independence. So we are interested in the area in red here, the O'Connor area, where the British, or the Anglo-Normans, built a fair amount of large castles. And the castle we're working at is the largest, one of the largest castles that the English originally built in this time period. Here you have Neil kind of photobombing on the left-hand side, a picture of the inside the courtyard of the Ballintober Castle. Castle's got this wide open, massive courtyard, and then these huge towers and these long, big walls that you can walk inside of that are all around it. So this, obviously, there would have been more action in this courtyard in the past, and that's one of the things we're interested in finding out. The outside of the castle, you can kind of see one of these towers here with a moat that's kind of been filled in there. These towers are like 4 or 5 stories, 4 stories high. And you can kind of get a sense also that the town, the village where we live, is right next to the castle. It makes it easy to go back and forth to your house, to work, etc. Here's some of the excavations from last summer. We did 3 cuttings here on the right-hand side, large excavations to expose architecture. And here's some of the architecture that was exposed by the students. And you are coming down on walls that were not seen on the surface, which is really interesting, and showing that the architecture within the courtyard was far more complex, which we did assume. And we're now starting to see a lot of the artifacts, belt buckles, the keys, pottery, the bones of animals they were eating, all sorts of things popping up. We map everything with a total station. This is a laser transit, which we do it with. All the students learn how to use that. In addition, outside of the castle, here's the castle on the left-hand side in the area circled by red, we're doing survey because we want to try to find the village that was attached to the castle. This is the current village where you'll be staying when you come, and here are the two pubs, one pub and another pub up there, and the central church right there. The ground-penetrating radar system is used out there. This is something that comes from Foothill College. We scan it, and the students all learn how to do it. In this case, we're doing scanning in the field outside of the castle. See the castle in the background there, and we're scanning the field to find out if there are earlier structures that might be the village. And so what did we find? A bunch of square kind of features here. You can kind of see the walls and features squared off, and maybe a big long road. We're not sure. So what we might have here is evidence of the medieval village. So this summer in 2016, we're going to be also pushing to do some excavations out here to test whether we can find the village. So it's really exciting stuff. The laboratory analysis, all students are taking part in this as well. And you can kind of get a sense of some of the finds here. There's Justin washing some of the materials. And we have a computer room that's above one of the pubs in a library kind of area where we have a printer and a bunch of computers. They have wireless internet, so your phones will work here. Kind of another whole aspect of the project is this anthropology field work, where we're immersing ourselves in the culture and kind of trying to understand the peoples in the village, what their relationship was with the castle. And so we have been starting to do kind of preliminary oral history interviews, but we're going to this year kind of more formalize them, and we hope to create video projects where we interview the local folks and find out the history and the stories behind the castle. In addition, we're kind of interested in helping what is called the Tidy Towns Committee, as they're promoting interest in the village, especially the communities interested in how to increase tourism to the area and get more visitors to come. So we are open and willing to help kind of in this situation. Obviously, we're excavating at this castle. There's going to be more interest in it. So how can we help out? Right now, most tourists go to places like the Cliffs of Moher or Galway, and they do not go to where we're working. So this is something that we'd love to help them with. When we got there last summer, they had a band playing for us, Americans, Star Spangled Banner. It was obvious that it was very important that we were there, and it was a wonderful experience. Everybody was so warm. Here's the main town. And the main schoolhouse, or the old schoolhouse actually, where we rent it out and we do lectures there in the village. And the villagers, some of them, one gentleman was a collector of old costumes and swords. So here is the group, part of the group, kind of dressing up. So there's a lot of interest in kind of what we could do for tourism, and this is kind of something in an applied anthropological sense we could help out with. Dinner being served here at Garvey's Pub, one of the two places where we eat. We rotate dinners here, and I think lunch in next year will do as well here. It's very easy. The food was really good, and everybody was very happy in the evaluations about the food. Pub life is a central focus of Ireland, right? So here families get together, everybody gets together at the pub, and that's what kind of this is showing. There's a lot of music at the pubs. And this is not kind of touristy music. This is music for the locals themselves, and we're just there taking part. They were showing us how to dance. This is more like line dancing. It's not Lord of the Dance dancing, but it's very exciting and fun. We do that every Wednesday with a woman named Mildred who came and showed us how to do it. Other fun odd and exciting fun things that we did were pig races. We went in July to a local town, other local towns in the area, and one of them is called Castlereagh, and we went to see pig racing, which was a whole lot of fun. The U.S. ambassador, actually, who lives in Dublin, came with his wife to tour the project. Now, I've been doing this for 30 years and never even gotten close to an ambassador, so this was really special for all of us. And the students got to show Mr. O'Malley some of the artifacts and explain everything that we had done. There's a picture of there. The main street in Ballintober is quiet, and these some of these houses are the ones that we rent for the students. And actually, I stay in the town as well with my family. Who some of the children are pictured there. I'm holding one of them on the left-hand side, who's got an American flag in his hand, and so so each of the accommodations pretty straightforward. They're fully furnished, and so the students can make lunch if they want, and definitely breakfast before going off to classes and lectures in the morning and field work, etc. So the entire kind of process, kind of how your daily experience goes, is you're enrolled in these classes. And you can choose to apply, be more kind of cultural based, which would be the applied anthropology, or more archaeology with the lab and the survey and the field methods. And you could do a combination of the two, up to 12 units of class, and this is a quarter system at Foothill College. And then the cultures of the world, basically everybody takes, and that's the background history for the region. And so as a student, you're enrolled in these kind of experiential classes in which you, on any given day, you'll go maybe a short lecture in the morning, some field work, some anthropology, some interview work, or your own independent projects. So by the week 4, students are doing their own independent projects, which are a combination or to their own choice of archaeology or cultural anthropology or something that's of interest to them. And then you would have in the afternoon maybe an afternoon lecture or free time, and then maybe a lecture during dinner or after dinner. So there's kind of the whole day is kind of filled, and you'd get Sundays off, and then in the middle of the month there'll be a 3-day free weekend as well, in which you can kind of go to Dublin or Galway. So there's a lot of more for you to know, and you can find that out online or by emailing. I do information sessions also up here in Northern California once a month. We generally fill up by mid-March. And so we already have, we're already about a third full, and applications are coming in. The cost is $29.50, and then you have airfare after that. So that's very reasonable when you look at all the other prices out there. And we're also looking for staff, student staff volunteers as well, people with previous experience, and So that's pretty reasonable, I'm saying, but there's also opportunities for scholarships, which is really great. Foothill College is, the Student Association is kicking in money for scholarships, and it looks like there might be more as well. So we want to give everybody an opportunity to come to this amazing experience. So there's a lot of opportunities, definitely, to have fun and to learn quite a bit. International world traveling is, I think, one of the most important things a student can do. A place you're transferring to or a future job, they look at this and they know that you're able to handle something new, handle new experiences, you're adaptable. There's so many positive things to traveling around the world with a group of people that are having a lot of fun and really interested in learning. And then you're also contributing directly to an amazing research project. So it's just such a good opportunity, and we hope that you can take part. So go ahead and look at the application. Give me a contact anytime, and thank you so much. This is Sam Connell at Foothill College signing out.